Well, on daily business, and we'll talk a few moments about the COVID-19 and its influence on Polish economy. Olaf Wojak of Adam Smith Center is our guest tonight. Sir, welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Do we see each other? Yes. They say that next year will be the year of inflation in Polish economy. Does your organization, Adam Smith Center, confirms that prediction?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, and it's not going to be financially good year. We have to look at what's going to be in another few months, especially April, May, and maybe June. These are months that really are going to influence our economy and our home budget. So we have to watch over for it.
We have very interesting research on that based on the credit card purchases by Polish citizens. The structure of the purchases changed dramatically from the industrial goods, and the clothings are much reduced comparing to the normal period in favor of food. And that's why the PKO researchers think this 2021 is going to be very difficult, and we will be back on par with 2019 on 2022. Is that your gut feelings and research confirmed this thesis?
Well, first of all, we have changed our buying habits. So we buy differently, mostly online. And because of the first lockdown and right now the situation with second wave of a pandemic, we have changed what we're buying, how much we're buying, and the ways of how are we going to deliver those goods to, for instance, our homes and companies. So we can see directly that there is a situation where the companies buy less because they're not sure of the future, especially of the second half of the year. They weren't sure of if the second lockdown would be on. So they try to keep as much funds underneath their hand and in bank accounts. And the situation is also hard because the business is not doing properly. There are some parts of our economy that are just not working. If you have a company connected with events, for instance, it's not only your problem. It's the problem of all your connected companies with your company. So because you're not buying goods, because you're not paying the salaries, your employees have problems, and everything in the economy is connected with each other. So it's not a problem only with those companies that were doing things that are right now closed. It's with us having less budget in our hands and less spending. So right. Yes, the situation of the economy right now is pretty bad. And the worst thing is that our government has printed lots of money. And it's not only physical money, of course. It's also an electronic money. But they have produced so much money, and the reports on it are going to be available in the half of the next year. And this is really going to be a shock. Of course, we're not the only country doing it. And we have examples that there are the United States and European Union is also printing money. But that's not an excuse for us. We shouldn't be doing it. And it's a trap. And there is going to be a day that we will have to pay for it, all of us, because this is just a bill that just delivers us a little bit of time, but we have to remember it's like taking drugs. When you're going to take drugs, when you're going to start taking drugs, first of all, you won't get rid of it easily, and there has to be a day that you will stop it, which of course I'm not recommending at all. But the day you're going to stop it, it's not going to stop the consequences. So it's like exactly the same with printing money. You can print them, you can use them, but it's like taking drugs. There is going to be someday a check, a bill, that you will have to pay for what you have done. And the bill is coming. We as a society, as a country, economically, will have to pay for the decision our government made under pressure with the pandemic, of course.
That's true. Well, we saw the spring lockdown that was pretty much effective all over the Polish economy. This year, this fall, government decided to adopt a crawling version of the lockdown, not going to the full Monty. And apparently with the falling cases of the coronavirus infection, they will backstep from the restrictions. Is that second approach better than the first one? And is it working, first of all?
Well, I think that the first approach was really bad. The second one, of course, it's better because it's not as bad as the first one, closing up the whole economy. But still, it's really misleading, and it's a problem that one of the ministers, of health ministers, said lately that he would like to see as many as possible companies closed, because it's good for us. Well, it's not good for everybody, and of course it's not good for the economy. There should be a freedom, there should be a choice. Of course, the restrictions are decisions of situations that we have, so it's not easy to judge. I don't have anything to do with health ministry, and I cannot judge the decisions that are made for us.
Can you measure, for example,
but I can judge the economical decisions, and it's not good to take our choice for us if we want to close the company or not, if we want to be working or not.
Let us say a few words about the economical activity. Do you see a significant drop in the transactions during the fall restrictions? Or not?
Yes, dramatically. I think that we have real problems, and the biggest problem is that lots of Poles lost their jobs, lost their incomes in lots of ways, and that it's not something that we are right now fighting with. Poles, in a majority, are not working or working at home, and well, there are lots of examples.
So the productivity suffers a lot, and we will definitely have a lot of time to come out of this trouble. Hopefully, this spring we will have the vaccine and everything will be fine.
We have to understand that it's something bad. If people are not working, if people cannot manage to have their own money and to find ways to have their own money, it's something that it's bad for the economy. It's bad for all of the citizens. It's not only the problems of those who are sitting at home. It's the problem of everyone. Yeah. So this is something we shouldn't be treating as normal. Not working or working just from home because you have to, but not because it's your choice. It's not normal, and we shouldn't treat it as normal. And we shouldn't be surprised of people that are willing to work, that are willing to try to change their own situation. Because really there are lots of other strategies that are right now going on, and economical ones are the next ones coming up for us. And I think the second half of next year. So we have to watch out for it, and I understand that Christmas is coming, and it's always tempting to, spend lots of money on the Christmas. But if you can take this warning, please spend as less as it's possible, and try to not increase your spendings, because you will need the money, and the situation is going to get harder.
Olaf Wojak, Adam Smith Center. By the way, thank you very much for showing us how beautiful the Saski Park is in Warsaw. The spectacular fall. It's end of November, and the weather in Poland is fantastic, and it looks beautiful even at that bad time. So Olaf Wojak has some positive information for us despite this gloomy
Thank
pictures.
you very much.
Thank you very much for this, and that was it for Poland Daily Business tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time, so please tune in.